What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global back here with another video. And in this one, we're going to be talking about two topics that are very much hammered into Patriots fans' brains at this point. And that is DeAndre Hopkins to the New England Patriots, which we've been talking about for months, and Dalvin Cook to the Patriots, which is just the latest, hottest rumor involving the Patriots. Now, I've talked a lot about DeAndre Hopkins on its own. I made a video already on Dalvin Cook to the Patriots on its own. But I wanted to talk about Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins both coming to the Patriots because this is a question that a lot of Patriots fans have actually been asking me, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram DMs. I've had a lot of you asking this question, and is it something that I realistically could see happening? Now, before we get into today's video, make sure you guys do leave a big like on this video because it really helps the channel out. You might think it's just for looks, but it actually does something because it tells YouTube, hey, let's push this guy's videos out into the YouTube algorithm and let other Patriots fans find the channel and ultimately help this guy grow. So, guys, it's 100% free. It takes less than a second. It would mean the world to me if you just hit that thumbs up button. But yes, Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins both to the Patriots. Where is this rumor even starting? Because there is a reason Patriots fans are saying this. It's not like they're like, hey, two of the biggest free agents on the board, could the Patriots sign both? That's not what this is. It's because we all know Patriots' interest in DeAndre Hopkins, right? They've offered him a deal. He had a 2-day stay and visit with the Patriots a couple of weeks ago, and it seems like, at least at this point, it is the Titans or the Patriots. And the Patriots have been interested in D-Hop since, I want to say, March at this point. We also know that they've already offered him a contract. As for the Dalvin Cook situation, like I said, I made a whole video on this, so I'm not going to break it all down, but obviously, Pat McAfee, he goes out, he says, hey, Dalvin Cook would be a great fit for the Patriots. He puts that little snippet on his Twitter. Dalvin Cook sees it. Dalvin Cook, his eyes start rolling. He retweets it. He's retweeting other, tweets saying, hey, Dalvin, what do you think about Foxborough and playing for the Patriots? So he clearly at least has a level of interest in the Patriots, but he also came out and said that he would like to team up with DeAndre Hopkins and play on the same team as, again, both are currently free agents. And let's just get one thing straight, right? If the Patriots did make both of these moves, the New England Patriots would immediately be a contender and immediately would easily have a top 10 offense in the National Football League. And the fact that both of these players even have interest in joining the Patriots is enough to there at least be a possibility for this to happen. Unfortunately, I hate to be the one to say it, this isn't realistic. At least it's not super realistic. If the Patriots are going to make any big, massive splash moves, it's going to be one. Okay? It's either none or it's going to be one. They're not going to go on a massive third wave of free agency. That's not what this is going to be, right? The Patriots have right now somewhere between $11 to $14 million in available cap space, which is up there compared to what other teams do have. But you have to look at numbers, right? You look at what DeAndre Hopkins was going to make. He was going to make about $18, $19 million last year with the Cardinals. Nobody wanted to trade for that. That's why he was released. He's likely going to make anywhere between, I would say, $8 million to $14 million for this upcoming season. Whichever team signs him, it's still going to be a fairly high contract. Like, DeAndre Hopkins is not going to go from a $19 million contract to playing for a 1-year, $5 million deal. He's still a very good wide receiver who is still very respected, and let's not forget, had a ton of interest just a couple of months ago before he was released. You then look at the Dalvin Cook side of things, and he said he will not play or entertain any deal that is less than $5 million per year. That is the base minimum. That is where you start. If you walk into a room or you call up Dalvin Cook's agent and you say, hey, we're, it's Bill Belichick with the Patriots, we are interested in signing Dalvin. They would say, all right, well, what's your contract offer? Patriots say, we'll give you about, 3.5 heavy incentives, ring, phone's done. He hung up. It has to start at $5 million and then negotiate and go up and work from there. At the end of the day, I'm sure Dalvin Cook has several teams' interest in playing for, but there is no one specific reason that Dalvin Cook only and specifically wants to play for the Patriots. There's so many teams that are interested in having him and where he will be a starting running back and will offer him more money. Just why in general would Dalvin Cook come to the Patriots where he's not going to be your starting running back and not going to get as much money compared to what he could get elsewhere? But let's say the Patriots got D-Hop on a very low $8 million deal. Then let's say they got Dalvin Cook on that base minimum $5 million per year. Depending on how those contracts would go, let's say that's about $13 million taken away from the Patriots. And that's not exactly how numbers go, but just work with me here. You also need some money throughout the rest of the offseason and heading into the regular season. One, because let's say there's any last-minute moves the Patriots need to make. There's going to be injuries. The Patriots will have to make some last-minute moves due to injuries before the season even starts. There's going to be roster cutdowns, guys they want to bring along, the practice squad. Not to mention the fact, too, that they do need money for the entire 2023 season because of contracts and incentive-based contracts that players will obviously earn money throughout the entirety of the season. The Patriots need money within that cap space, and that's something that does equal back to the cap space they currently have. Not to mention the fact that the Patriots aren't even done signing their draft class yet. Now, guys, real quick, I want to give a massive shout out to my friends and the sponsors of this channel over at FanDuel. Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to get in with the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers can get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/Boston to join today. Now, obviously, here we talk mostly about football, not so much about baseball, but if there's one little hint that I could give you, it would be always bet on the Braves. Just bet on them to win, and you have over a 50% chance of your bet hitting. So don't miss your chance to snag a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Just go to FanDuel.com/Boston to sign up. FanDuel, the official partner of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Make sure you guys are 21 and present in the state of Massachusetts. First online real money wager, only if a $10 deposit is required. Refunds are issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bet that does expire in 14 days. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Hope is here. Get help at gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. Play it smart from the start at GameSenseMA.com or calling 1-800-GAM-1234. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks that this isn't very realistic. Ian Rappaport came out himself and even said, yeah, it's true, Dalvin does want to team up with DeAndre, but it's not likely to happen. It's very unlikely for that to be the deal that ultimately happens at the end of the day. And I think sometimes people look at what players say and they take it as a legal court contract. Like, hey, Dalvin Cook said this, so it's what's going to happen because he wants to do it. Like, no, he's just out here talking like a normal fellow. Hey, I love DeAndre Hopkins. That's my guy right there. It would be fun to team up with him. That's what he was saying. Like, it would be great too, but he's not saying he's going to drop the money or drop a team he wants to play for just to go play with DeAndre Hopkins. Not to mention the fact that, during this time, the Patriots really don't get into a whole lot of bidding wars. And what I mean by this time of the year is training camp. Once training camp starts, that's when Belichick's busy, right? You're not going to see him negotiating big top-end contracts with players, let alone multiple players. Now, this dull period of time in the offseason before training camp and after minicamp, that is when it's likely for Belichick to hop on one of these moves because he can give his full, undivided attention to it. Once practice starts, that's pretty much it. And it's not to say a deal can't happen, but I think it drops significantly in the possibility of it happening because then he's on to the players that are on the field, his own players, and practicing to get ready for week one, getting ready to practice for the preseason, because once it's training camp, then it's the preseason, then it's the regular season, then it's the postseason. Once training camp starts, that is the start of everything. So I think whether you're a Dalvin Cook fan or DeAndre Hopkins fan, as time continues to go by, I would say it is less and less likely for one of those guys to sign, let alone both of those guys. So like I said before, I think you're either looking at one or none. And the question mark would be, well, what would that be, right? Because there's a case where the Patriots need to trade for a tackle, and I've heard interest for them potentially trading for a tackle. But then they could also add D-Hop. But then there's also, Dalvin Cook and Zeke Elliott. I think it's one of those three. You're either adding a tackle, you're either adding a wide receiver, you're adding a premier running back, or just none of those happen. But you're not going to get multiple one of those scenarios. But what are your guys' thoughts on Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins teaming up and coming to the Patriots? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching, and of course, never forget, go Pats.